there's really no other way to describe it. Obama is surrendering in the war on terror. When he took office, he began to cut back on the use of boots on the ground and special forces in operations in terrorist areas, both in Afghanistan, and of course he withdrew from Iraq, and he never sent troops to Yemen or to Somalia or to the other places where terrorists hang out. And al-Qaeda, of course, expanded in those areas because there was no American force to fight them. And now you have al-Qaeda in a dozen countries around the world. Well, the solution to that was drones, and Obama used them very effectively, very skillfully, and copiously. There were lots and lots of drone attacks that killed major leaders of terrorist organizations. And the same tactic of decapitation and, in effect, assassination that's proven so effective against drug cartels, like in Colombia, wiped them out almost completely, was proceeding in dealing with al-Qaeda. The problem is that the world went crazy about drone attacks, particularly, really not the world, it was much more the American Congress, led by Rand Paul, who was so upset because the guy who blew up USS Cole and killed a dozen sailors was an American citizen. And when we targeted him with a drone strike and killed him on foreign soil, he was all bent out of shape over that. And I personally wept no tears for that guy. And as a result of that, Obama has really restricted the drone strikes. We've gone from over 100 drone strikes in Afghanistan to only about 30, and from 41 to only about 20 in Yemen. And the result is that al-Qaeda is rebuilding and regrowing its strength, and increasingly operating out in the open. Like in Yemen, they had an al-Qaeda rally covered by CNN in the open without any fear of a drone strike descending on them. Now Obama has indicated that he's going to outsource the war against terror. And he's sent special forces in, American special forces in, to train the armies in 4 African countries: Libya, Mauritania, Mali, and Niger. And his concept is that he'll train those militaries, and therefore we won't have to put boots on the ground, and we won't have to launch drone strikes. That's an absolute fantasy. You're never going to be able to get those countries' troops to be motivated, uncorrupted, honest enough, trained enough to be able to do that. And the United States is really disarming. By outsourcing the war on terror, we're essentially abdicating it. And you're going to see proliferation and growing in al-Qaeda, which has already spread from the Pakistani-Afghan border to Libya, to Yemen, to Somalia, to Sudan, to the countries that border the Sahara and Africa regions, those 4 countries, 3 countries I ticked off. And you're going to see it growing all over the place because the United States is no longer stopping it. When you stop applying the weed killer, you're going to get weeds. Thanks for watching.